Governor Gavin Newsom today rejected a California bill that would have allowed undocumented people to apply for the state's first-time home buyers assistance program.
Yeah, this bill got lots of national attention as purchasing a home has obviously just been really tougher and tougher for a lot of other people across the state. KCRA 3 correspondent, Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala talks about what the governor said and how he made his decision.
Golston, this was the governor's very first veto since lawmakers wrapped up their work for the legislative session last week. The governor said it mainly came down to the fact that this program has no money to give to anyone right now. So the proposal would have specifically prohibited the state's Housing Finance Agency from rejecting an applicant based on their immigration status. In his veto message, the governor essentially said lawmakers were trying to expand access to a program that had no money. As we've been reporting, this money provided financial help to 1,700 people this year, but ran out within 11 days. Lawmakers and the governor did not put any money back into that account as they grappled with the state's budget shortfall in the tens of billions of dollars. I asked Governor Newsom if his move on this bill would have been different had there been funds. Here's how he responded.
I wonder if your decision would have been different had there been money in there.
Well, that's a hypothetical. The bill that was sent to me was a program that had no money, and it was expanding eligibility to a program that had no money. It seemed rather curious to me. So felt it was unnecessary, completely consistent with prior vetoes along the similar lines.
Now, the lawmaker who wrote the bill, Assemblyman Joaquin Arambula, said in a statement he was disappointed. He said, quote, "I have always believed this bill is about fairness. The veto does not change the fact that many people, including undocumented immigrants, dream of owning a home so that generational wealth can be passed to their children." He went on to say they should have the same opportunities as anyone else to improve the quality of life for themselves and their families. I look forward to continuing to work with the governor on the issues that move our state forward and truly make it a California for all. Meanwhile, the state's first-time homebuyers assistance program will not have any money for the foreseeable future. The governor and lawmakers would need to appropriate it in a state spending plan, which some Democratic lawmakers are pushing for, despite the state's budget situation. Back to you.
All right, Ashley, thank you.